Hello everyone. Last time there was a lot of rants about the feature to shift shapes on the forum in Synfig, so I would like to share my own thoughts on that. So generally we have some particular shape and let's imagine we would like to have the center point not here but here, and keep the shape position the same relatively to canvas. So that's what we generally do in coherent implementation. We are grouping the layer and okay, let's put some background which we would like to remain the same. Some background, la la la. That's it. So this should remain as it is, and this is what we want to modify. So we would like this point appear here, but the contents should remain at the same position. So my idea is to modify. Okay, let me show you first how we do in current implementation. Let's put the. Okay, let's put a little mark, green mark, to see where our points is. Okay, let's it's black. Okay, that's what we do. Then we put a translate layer, and add a shift. So the center of the group appear where we would like it to be. So after that we have to move the whole group back to the original position, which is pretty hard, and this is the main problem. Okay, so that's how it is done now at the moment. Now I would like to explain my suggestion for how to solve this problem. Okay, let's revert back. Okay, and let's clean up this. And remove this. Okay. So we got back to our initial state. So we would like to move this point here for many different reasons. It might be more comfortable, or maybe we will want to rotate layer here. Okay. So my suggestion is to implement this using the utilizing the focus point feature, which we already have. Let's see how it works. At the moment, the focus point defines the center of the scale. If we will set it to different value, we will see a special point which is called focus, and it could be moved around. And the zoom DAC zoom handle, forgive me for old terminology, is also moved. So when we change the scale, it is scale according to this new center. At the moment, I completely don't like the way we set the zoom handle, because it is very complex. It's kind of complex to edit this value to make it visible and then move it. This is not good, and then we have to move by this point, which is not intuitive. I would like this point to be here, to display it here at the focus point. So my suggestion is simple, just to display this origin value here. We just change the way how the duck is displayed. It should be displayed here. Also, as a future perspective, I would like to add a rotate handle for group, which will allow to rotate it as well. So, I have to get a pen. It's much better. So we will have a rotate handle here as well. So basically it's simple, just to display origin handle with a little shift. In fact, the origin for the whole group remains the same. It's just a handle displayed in different place, and this place is defined by the focus point. That's it. Basically, we can leave it as is. Well, the question, if the origin handle will be always correspond to this point, how we will edit the focus point? That's a question. Well, in fact, I have an idea about this, which touches the layers concept. To understand it, I would like to temporarily hide this layer and add other layer, which will be very good example. It is a Var Player. You see, I have added the Var Player. So let's ask a question: how we configure the Var Player usually? How we used to configure the Var Player? Generally, we disable it. We have points which define the initial area and the points which define deformation area, which isn't good, that we have both points available at the same time. This is bad, because if I hit Ctrl A and would like to rotate the area, the target area, then the source area also selected, and you see, this is really bad. I need to manually select the target area and rotate it manually. So generally, if I would like to configure the Var Player, I disable it, and then I set the initial area. After that, I enable it back and now I'm working with the target handles. I don't need source in this mode, and I don't need target when I edit source. So the idea is to to get two different modes for layers. For example, somewhere here, which turns the layer into a kind of initial position here, and displays the corresponding ducts only, the source handles only, and the working position, the active position, the active mode, which displays only the target handles. The same concept could be applied for bones. For bones, we have rest position, initial mode, choose what you like, and we have an active mode, deformation mode. And the same could be applied for group, so we can switch the group. So we have group with rotate handle, zoom handle, and origin handle, and when we move any of them, it deforms the group. But then we can switch group into initial mode. We need some controls here, probably, and then all those handles are hidden, should disappear, and only focus point will be visible. So we can set it into any point, into any place on the shape, and then we get back to active mode and continue working with the origin, zoom, and rotate handles at where we are. Of course, it needs some polishing. I think maybe we have a transformation here and rotation possibly. So when we switch to the initial mode, I think the old transformation should be temporarily disabled, like it happens when we turn on and off Var Player, transformation disabled, and also when we switch to initial mode and active mode, the initial transformation should be disabled, because if it will remain active, then moving the focus point will, you see, it will recalculate the transformations, and our figure will be moving all the time, and it will be hard to put the focus point into the right place. For example, if I want to put it right here, then I need to move it, and it recalculated, and this will be very annoying. So that's the idea. Thank you for attention.